from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
From GBN, this is Network News for Tuesday, June 13, 2023. In the headlines, mixed reaction from the general public on the release of CPEA results and the placement of students. Government opts to keep silent on Canada's decision to continue visa requirement for Grenada. Dominica and Grenada to stage recycle OECS model demonstration projects. Grenada's legal fraternity pays tribute to former High Court Judge Justice Claire Henry. Also in the broadcast, regional training course on the control of illicit drug trafficking taking place in Port of Spain, Trinidad. Internationally, body found in U.S. Interstate 95 highway collapse rubble. Plus in the sports news, Karani James's coach, Harvey Glanz, dies at the age of 66. Stay with us. We'll be back after these words.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste with CPEA results just released by the Ministry of Education to schools only, and the changes made by government relating to the publication of the results. The Grenada Broadcasting Network sought the views of people in the heart of St. George about these changes. It's what they've been saying to us.
That decision, well, I don't find that really makes sense. As a true Grenadian, I do see that makes sense. Especially people will like to know how much their children come, maybe first, second, or third. And if you cannot hear that, it don't make a sense. So better, well, if you want to forget it's up to them, that their personal opinion. So everybody has a personal opinion. So you have to live with that.
Oh, it's change, I guess. Sometimes it's difficult to accept change, but change comes, and with time, people will understand why. That's all I have to say.
Is with what they do with the exam, because my son plays for Happy Hill. You have to travel with 4 buses. I'm not working every day. I'm a single parent. I don't like it.
Where do you live?
St. Paul's. Trying to see if I could get him in GBSS.
The public should at least know what's going on. And I mean, I don't find that it's so much of a good idea, man. At least people should know. It should be in the newspaper on the news, just on the flash, just on the headlines or whatsoever. Yeah, that's my thoughts about that. I think, the public should know what's going on with the education of the children.
The placement of the children and the schools matters not to me, because at times we as parents are to blame for that, because we do a lot of nonsense. We act more than the children. We overreact, for that matter. We tend to get very competitive, and this school is better than that school, and no school is better than no. Is when what your child puts his and her mind to, that makes a difference. So it matters not to me. My child went to the school that she set her mind to, and I'm most pleased with that.
And that is something that would be missing. People look forward to knowing when the CPA results come out, to know the top schools, to know the children who did well. And I don't know, we have to change that, because it's like a culture for us. And that spurs excellence in our children.
Now, government will not be divulging why Grenada was not included on a recently updated list of countries granted visa-free entry into Canada. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says he's leaving that decision to the Canadian government. Cherry and Blackman Stephen report.
1 week ago, Canada announced the addition of 13 countries to its electronic travel authorization program for eligible travelers. 5 of those countries are among Grenada's closest neighbors: Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, and Trinidad and Tobago. However, Grenada was not on the list, a fact that prompted many nationals to clamor for answers. But the response they seek won't come from the Grenadian leader. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, during GBN's Beyond the Headlines Monday night, said his government will continue to lobby its Canadian counterpart to reinstate visa-free access or electronic travel authorization for Grenadians wishing to travel to the Commonwealth country.
I would prefer not to say why the Canadians did what they did. I think it's really for the Canadians to speak to that, and I am not going to speculate. Right? Thirdly, no, it is not because of Grenadians. I can say this certainly. Well, first of all, our CBI program, at least since we've been in office, has not been mismanaged, and it is not because of that.
According to the Prime Minister, government is confident that whenever Canada's visa waiver list is next reviewed, there ought not to be any reasons why Grenada should not be included.
In the interim, the Canadians have pledged a commitment to having more frequent visits to get the biometrics, because that's one of the main concerns. It's not so much that you have to get a visa, but the fact that there is no visa processing center in Grenada, and there is in St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Trinidad, for example, and you have to take a plane and go to one of these places, incur the costs, the hotel, etc., just to get the biometrics done. So we certainly will continue working with our Canadian partners to address whatever issues they may have.
Interestingly, less than 24 hours after revealing the list of new visa-exempt countries, Canadian High Commissioner to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Lillian Chatterjee, announced that Grenada and Dominica will be listed in the CAN Plus program, which facilitates expedited visitors' visa processing for people who had Canadian visas within the last 10 years or currently in possession of a valid U.S. visa. Grenada was removed from the list of countries with visa-free access to Canada in December of 2001. The Prime Minister spoke about the luxury Grenadians had with visa-free travel to Canada and the reasons he believes that changed.
The fact that Grenada once had the visa waiver requirement and why subsequently it was imposed. And it is the former administration's complete mishandling of the offshore sector, which was a complete and utter disaster that created the situation. And Grenadians have regrettably had to live with this at significant cost and inconvenience over the last several 15 or more years.
GBN reached out to former Foreign Affairs Minister Peter David, and he has promised to respond to the statement. We will bring that response when it becomes available. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Other news, Dominica and Grenada have been selected to stage Recycle OECS model demonstration projects. More in this Chrislina John report.
Grenada is one of 2 Caribbean islands identified by the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS, to stage a Recycle OECS model demonstration project. Dominica also met the eligibility criteria, and the 2 were deemed most ready and viable for that purpose. The disclosure was made by Mr. Chamberlain Emmanuel, head of OECS Environmental Sustainability Division, during the unveiling of the Recycle OECS project last Friday on the eve of World Oceans Day. The project is aimed at reducing plastic pollution in the OECS. The key outputs are the design and implementation of a model for sustainable waste separation, collection, and recycling of plastic waste for the OECS. An important aspect of the model is that it will consider a regional approach, self-financing, sustainability, and business viability. Communications Manager at the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, Mona Julian, said the opportunity is timely for Grenada as the country stands to benefit immensely.
Comes at a time when Grenada is at the crossroads of changing the way we manage waste, with plans to focus greater attention on waste diversion, both as a means of encouraging businesses to be born out of waste while cutting back on waste going to our landfills for final disposal and addressing all of those countless environmental and public health challenges that have emerged through improper disposal and management of waste.
Plastic waste makes up 13.9% of the waste stream, making it the second highest waste stream for Grenada. Mrs. Julian said the focus for the OECS project is on plastic waste, hence the immense benefits predicted for Grenada.
For us in Grenada, the implementation of Recycle OECS will place Grenada in a position to create systems for waste separation, collection, and processing. And this would encourage the establishment of the enabling environment to encourage businesses to be born out of waste.
Mrs. Julian highlighted some of the gains to be had from this Recycle OECS project.
We have quite a lot to benefit from this. We are at the stage where Grenada having the announcement being made on Friday of last week at the OECS Commission. We are now in the position where we have to accept this project here for Grenada, and I think that given all the benefits that are to be derived, we will accept this project and move on in terms of implementing the various components, that would speak to businesses that would be established from this initiative.
Recycle OECS is funded by the European Union and implemented by the OECS Commission in partnership with the Agence Française de Développement, AFD. The 2-year project supports the broader European Union Zero Waste Initiative in the Caribbean program, which aims to strengthen the EU-Caribbean partnership for cooperation in the field of circular economy and solid waste management. Christina John, GBN News.
Well, the curtains came down on day 2 of the drug abuse stakeholder consultation, which sought to draft, formulate, and implement a national drug policy in the long term. It's the report.
The first draft of the National Drug Policy should be presented to the representative ministries, Prime Minister's Ministry and Ministry of Education, by July 2023 to garner feedbacks before it goes to Cabinet for approval. GBN sought feedbacks from participants. Superintendent Simon Dixon, head of the Drug Squad Unit of the Royal Grenada Police Force, said it was a good exercise overall and foresees positive outcomes once implemented.
As far as I know, the existing policy ended about, I think, 2018, and we're way due for another policy. It covers every aspect of drugs, be it in the workplace, juveniles, drug legislation, drug control, and all those aspects. It was a wonderful 2 days. Takeaway, it would enable us to probably get more resources, probably force the government's hand into probably supplying more resources into the fight against narcotics in Grenada. It will look at collaborations, information, and information sharing and other aspects of that. So it was a good program. It was a good exercise, and I believe we would gain so much from it going further.
Jude Hector, Executive Director of Adult and Teen Challenge and stakeholder in the just concluded drug abuse consultation, said what can be looked forward to is a collation of all the items discussed, such as prevention, treatment and recovery, demand reduction, institutional strengthening, among others.
Today what we'll do is we bring everything together in one document that then will be a draft policy document that will then have to get cabinet approval. And what the expectation is that that the government will now, from a legislation perspective, because we have the policy, but now we need to have the legislation to support the policy. And we made the observation that without the proper legislation, the policy will not work. So the expectation out of this is that government will now look at the policy, because this is going to be a 5-year policy. So for the next 5 years, this will be the policy governing the drug policy at a national level, really. The Drug Secretariat sits with the Ministry of Education. There is also a strong link with national security. So I believe with those two ministries, it's then going to be looked at, and then once they deem it being at a position where it can be presented to Cabinet, at that point it will go to Cabinet for review and approval.
Hector cited adjustments that are likely in order for the policy to be effective.
How do our legislation needs to either be strengthened, or in some cases there might be some new ones that will be required to make sure it works. So there will be some commitment on the government's part. For example, in cases where we need more resources, right? What the discussion shows is that there are a number of areas that needs additional resources for it to work. So now we need the government to then allocate some of those resources, either having it directly or finding other ways that we can resource the departments to make it work properly.
The two-day session began on Monday at the Grenada Youth Center. Christina John, GBN News.
This is Network News live from the Grenadian capital. Still ahead from us, Grenada's legal fraternity pays tributes to former High Court Judge Justice Claire Henry. Stay with us.
And porcelain tires. Store-wide lowest prices on tires since 2020. We're turning back the clock to give you the unbeatable prices on tires you love. And remember, price drops are everywhere at Island Star, giving you the deals you missed and making luxury affordable again. Don't forget, we stock a wide range of bathroom vanities, toilets, shower drains, face basins, faucets, and so much more. Visit us on Munwich Road in Grand Anse or call 439 Tile. That's 439-8453. Remember, when you think tile, think Island Style.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack, I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Arise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
GRENDEC Community Partnership Initiative.
One of the things that GND Schools Incorporated, as a nonprofit organization, what we do, we give a wonderful gift of a library to primary schools. To date, we have given 25 libraries away, and we are building the 26th in partnership with the Grenlec Community Partnership Initiative, we are building in Dover even as I speak. Our library design has been impacted by COVID-19. We are changing the design. We always nice it up. We always change it around. We always ensure that when we give the 23rd school a library, it doesn't look exactly like the first 10. And now that we reach number 26, we are looking at more standalone single seating. We've changed that model. We've also changed some of the actual physical accessories in the library, and we are also looking at new prototypes, different prototypes of furniture to make our libraries dynamic and ever-changing and vibrant. It is the second grant that we would have got from Grenlec Community Partnership Initiative, and we're really, really thankful to Grenlec for that. We were able to build a 625 square foot library at the Calais Government School, and now we are so very grateful that we are doing the same thing in Carriacou at Dover.
Grenlec, energizing our community.
It's the 4th edition of Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year promotion. Cuatro Punto Cero. It's unbelievably amazing. You can win free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free cable, TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free passes to Sunshine Promotion events for 2023, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a lunch package. Be sure to fill out the entry forms and enter it into the marked entry boxes at all Hubbard's departments and at participating outlets. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2023. Draws will be held every 2 weeks. Terms and conditions apply.
Chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more. Or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Network News, welcome back. The legal fraternity is mourning the loss of Justice Claire Henry, a renowned jurist from Antigua and Barbuda who serves Grenada and the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, ECSC. The retired female High Court judge passed away in the United States following a period of illness.
Justice Claire Henry's distinguished legal career began as a law assistant and a senior law assistant in the New York City Civil Court and the New York State Supreme Court in Brooklyn, having completed her studies at New York Law School. She subsequently served as Crown Counsel in the Attorney General's Chambers for Antigua and Barbuda from 1986 to 1989 before establishing her private law practice. In 1994, she became a magistrate, ascending to the position of Chief Magistrate in 2000. She was appointed as a High Court judge for the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court in 2004 and served as High Court judge in Grenada from 2008 to 2014. President of the Grenada Bar Association, Derek Sylvester, has extended condolences to the family of the now deceased former High Court judge.
Justice Henry didn't only serve as a judge in the civil court, she also practiced extensively in the criminal court. So she would have met all, if not most, of the attorneys in Grenada during the period that she sat. I recall that the Bar Association then had a grand send-off for her when she was leaving the state of Grenada to sit in another jurisdiction. And subsequently, she was elevated to the Court of Appeal, where she acted for some time prior to her retirement. So again, we extend our condolences to the family of Justice Claire Henry and to all her brother and sister judges who sat with her.
Attorney Sylvester recalled interacting with Justice Henry during her stint on the island. He said she will be remembered for her calm, confident, and pleasant nature when she sat, irrespective of the nature of the matter, criminal or civil.
She exuded a calm, pious confidence. I recall that she was a Seventh-day Adventist, and she always encouraged attorneys and clients to be prayerful and also to be mindful of the fact that there are two types of judgments. You have earthly judgments and you have divine judgment. She was a Seventh-day Adventist, and I recall, on her vehicle she had a sticker, and it was written on that sticker, "Life is short, pray long." But she would be sorely missed. And to her family, we extend condolences on behalf of the Grenada Bar Association.
Attorney Anselm Clouden, who recalls appearing before Madam Justice Henry on several occasions, shared his sentiments on her passing.
He was a very scholastic judge, one who had no doubt attained lofty heights of scholastic objectivity, and it was reflected in her judgments. She gave some well-reasoned judgment, very succinct and with great precision of language. I extend my profound sympathy. She would be missed. I appeared before her because she was in charge of court number 1, so I appeared before her very many times, too numerous to mention. And she was always so pedantic with her pronouncements, and it was a pleasure to sit in her court, to conduct a trial in her court.
For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Attorney at Law Anselm Clouden is calling on the Judicial and Legal Services Commission to make speedy appointments to the local bench following the recent departure of High Court Judge Justice Victoria Charles Clark. He believes that this will assist with the backlog of cases that currently exist in the legal system.
Now, we have had matters pending here for 12 years. The one drug matter, Singh et al., 12 years ago. The Bartholomew case, that was heard 3 months ago. The judge who had ordered a retrial, she had to resign because she has reached the age. I don't know why arrangements could not have been made to extend her contract to deal with all these old matters.
Mr. Clouden referenced an 18-year delay in one particular case, which he says is as a result of systemic institutional problems.
We have had a backlog of criminal cases here for years. The DPP's office, and at the opening of their assizes, OA Termini, there's always an inexhaustible list. So that cases like this, for example, this matter that's on today, the state and Charles Rodriguez. This is a matter of vintage, 18 years ago. The complainant is now a big grown lady living in Canada. She's back for the trial. We have had too much of a backlog. And the legislature, we have not been able to get it right in Grenada.
The Attorney at Law is calling on the Judicial and Legal Services Commission, which is responsible for making appointments to the bench, to address the issue as a matter of urgency, noting that there are over 150 matters to be adjudicated on the current assizes list.
The Chief Justice must intervene and appoint a judge, albeit a temporary judge, to address the criminal courts of Grenada. One judge cannot handle that volume of work. And I'm concerned, as a practitioner of some vintage, that this judge, now presiding, Madam Justice Guilford, she's doing 2 trials at the same time. So one in the morning and one in the evening. The justice then is being sacrificed. You understand? And we can do better and ought to do better. We need at least 2 more criminal judges. Things have expanded. You understand? And we have more and more of a backlog. And justice requires the presumption of innocence that works until trial. But it's like hell to get to trial.
Coming into us, police are seeking the assistance of the general public in locating Benedict Philip, a 62-year-old unemployed man of Upper St. John, St. Andrew. Is approximately 6 feet, 2 inches in height, medium build, brown in complexion, with brown eyes and a dreadlock hairstyle. Mr. Philip last spoke to his relatives on Monday, May 29, 2023. He has neither been seen or heard from since. Anyone seen Benedict Philip or having any information on his whereabouts is asked to contact Grenville Police Station 042-7224 Police Emergency 911, Police Hotline 444-1958, or the nearest police station. A huge boulder in the Woodlands area remains a concern for many. Let's take a look at our GBN eyesore submission.
Our citizen journalist is highlighting what they consider a grave concern in the Woodlands area in St. George. The submitted photographs capture land being graded directly under a huge boulder. Our eyesore reporter is appealing to the Department of Physical Planning to assess the potential hazard as soon as possible. Apart from the usual awe-inspiring moments, GBN's eyesore segment can be used to highlight concerns within your surroundings. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, St. Teresa's RC School to represent District 4 in the National Mental Math Quiz. We'll talk about that back in a moment.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Island, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Grenada, get ready for the biggest Calypso clash of all time as Grenada takes on Trinidad at the 17th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Saturday, July 8th, Grenada Trade Center from 7:30 p.m. You'll get from your our partners, Hubbard's, Grenada Paper Products, Grenville Credit Union, Biden and Miners, Gittins Healthcare, Grenada Broadcasting Network, Guardian General, Spiceside Imaging Center, Western Union, The Agriculture Shop, Clear Vision Eye Center, Springs Food Mart, Dollar Savers Auto Part, Rise and Shine Supermarket, Classic Lighting, Victory Bar, Budget Marine, Dean's Mattress, Grenada Trade Center, Creative Do It Best, Grenada Distillers Limited, Catwheels Stationery Service, Blue Bubbles, PA, Rentals and Event Supplies Company, Dana's Tasty Food, and City Inn. Please be seated by 7 p.m. because this one will be epic. Big money, money, money. 3
$3,000 every week for 3 months.
What?
Yes, it's the NLA's Crazy Cash Giveaway Promotion. Every week from April 11th to June 30th, 3 lucky Daily Games customers will randomly win $1,000 each week. Imagine winning as much as $36,000 in 12 weeks.
How?
Spend $12 in a single purchase on Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway. Look for the words Cash Winner on your tickets to collect $1,000. The more you spend $12 on your favorite daily games, the more chances you have to win. Must be 18 or older to participate. All prizes must be collected by July 7th, 2023. Other terms and conditions apply. See stores for details. NLA, making your dreams come true.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
This is Network News. We're back reporting the day's news. St. Teresa's RC School will represent District 4 in the National Mental Math Quiz on June 29. The rest of the details in this report.
We came here today, we did our very best. Our teacher told us that it doesn't matter if you lose or if you win, you just come here to do your best. And that's what we did, and we came here and enjoyed ourselves.
I didn't really expect the questions to be so easy, because based on what we did in class, it was more difficult than the questions we got on the quiz. So we was really happy that we was able to manage the questions and that we are able to make it to the finals.
Melanie Alexis, Joel Joseph, and Jillian Victor from St. Teresa's RC School, winners of the 2023 District 4 Mental Math Quiz, speaking with GBN. The competition involved grade 6 students from 12 primary schools in District 4. The quiz, held simultaneously in every district on the island, was sponsored by Horda Education in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. Imogen Howard, teacher and department head at the Westerhall Secondary School, said 2 centers were selected for hosting the event: Grace Lutheran and Grandans RC Schools.
Original quiz had about 4 sections. So we had a normal questioning, then we had a power round, and then we had a round where they had to answer as much as they can within a specific time, and then they had the Jeopardy. So each center or each venue had the opportunity to participate in that exercise. What we did now, we take the winner from each venue, bring them together now, and then they do a shootout where they get the best of the 10. So who amass the highest within 10 questions or so, then we choose that particular school to represent the district moving forward for the national quiz.
Lighton Richardson, curriculum officer attached to the Ministry of Education, explained to GBN the ministry's involvement in the planning and execution of mental math quiz.
We give to the district, we allow the district team to plan the quiz. So we give from the Ministry of Education, we give the team the questions, the medals, the trophies, the rules, everything that need to be used for the execution of the quiz. Mental arithmetic is a skill that children are supposed to practice. And as we can see, the team that came first is a team that actually practiced.
Richardson's recommendation is that mental arithmetic be taught in schools.
One is that mental arithmetic, what we advise schools to, that teachers to teach mental arithmetic, not just do mental arithmetic, but teach your strategies. So as you teach, as children do mental arithmetic, you get them to use the different strategies, because there are a number of strategies that can be used in mental arithmetic that will help students to break numbers in nice chunks to get them to be able to add or to subtract or to multiply or to divide, which are the basic things that in mathematics.
Medals, trophies, and certificates were awarded to participating students. The students from St. Teresa's RC will go on to represent District 4 in the national competition carried for June 29th at the St. Andrew Methodist School, which won the last competition prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. Christelina John, GBN News.
All right, so second place in that round of the quiz went to Calise Government School, while St. Dominic's RC placed third. The story to report: police apprehended another mentally ill man. This is what we can tell you. This time in the community of Happy Hill on Monday evening. A video circulating on social media showed officers of the Rapid Response Unit, ROU, firing shots at a male who was running from them. GBN was later informed by the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force that the mentally ill man was reportedly terrorizing students at a nearby school with offensive weapons. When approached by police, he locked himself in a house, but he was successfully flushed out. He tried to evade capture by running from the police, but the officers of the ROU responded by using rubber bullets to subdue him and take him into custody. The man, whose identity was not disclosed, was taken to the General Hospital for medical attention and is now a patient at the Mungay Psychiatric Hospital. Sports News up next.
On Saturday, July 29, Montrouge Plainfield will be transformed into a sea of grills as food, fun, and friends collide. It's the 10th annual Maggie King of the Grill competition. The best chef and barbecue kings and queens compete for cash, a new grill, and the title of Maggie King of the Grill. Come savor the flavors. Try to bust the ice cold bar and let the kids have their way in the bouncing castles, pony rides, slides, and games. Try your hand at dominoes or the beer and leg competition and win instant cash. Come 7 p.m. you go stateside to enjoy performances from top local acts. It's a whole evening of fun at the Maggie King of the Grill, Saturday, July 29 at the Montrouge Plainfield. Gates open from 12 noon. $10 gets you on the inside. Powered by Maggie, Hot 98, and GBN Television.
Is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Sporting fans, good evening. Harvey Glanz, renowned coach of Grenada's world and Olympic medalist Karani James, has passed away at the age of 66. The Columbus Ledger-Inquirer has confirmed his death, quoting his wife Tammy that he passed away at a hospital in Arizona on Monday after suffering cardiac arrest earlier this month. His contributions to the field of athletics will be remembered, and his loss will be felt by the sporting community. Harvey Glanz, an Auburn graduate, was the university's first black head coach and Olympic gold medalist. His coaching career spanned a little over 2 decades, beginning at Auburn and lasting on the Plains until 1997. In that time, Glantz coached Olympians including Craig Hepburn and Victor Houston, and 3 NCAA champions in Victor Houston, decathlon, Clark Humphreys, pole vault, and Juliet Campbell, 400 meters. The Grenada Broadcasting Network extends condolences to his family, friends, and all those who have been impacted by his coaching career. There will be a treat for regional cricket fans in July and August this year with the highly anticipated West Indies men versus India multi-series tour. Cricket West Indies announced a match schedule, and the Queen's Park Oval is one of the venues. More in this report.
The first series between the West Indies and India starts with 2 test matches as part of the 2023 to 2025 ICC World Test Championship. Windsor Park in Dominica will host the first test match from the 12th to 16th of July. The second test match, to be played from the 20th to the 24th of July, is at the iconic Queen's Park Oval on Chagrit Road in Port of Spain. And this will be historic, marking the 100th test match played between the 2 teams. The test series is followed by 3 CG United one-day internationals and 5 T20 internationals. The ODI series will start at the Kensington Oval in Barbados, with the first and second matches on the 27th and 29th of July. The series concludes on August 1st at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad, which will be hosting a West Indies men's ODI for the first time. The T20 internationals also bowl off at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy on the 3rd of August. Guyana hosts the second and third T20 internationals at the Guyana National Stadium on the 6th and 8th of August. The T20 series concludes in Lauderhill, Florida, with a blockbuster weekend of back-to-back matches on Saturday 12th August and Sunday 13th August at the Broward County Cricket Stadium.
Finally, in the sports news, the Denver Nuggets win their first NBA title by beating Miami Heat to seal a 4-1 series triumph and end a 47-year wait for the championship trophy. Nikola Jokic led his side to victory with 28 points and was named the finals most valuable player to add to the 2 overall MVPs he won in 2021 and 2022. Following victory at Ball Arena, the star player said, quote, "We're not in it for ourselves, we're in it for the guy next to us, and that's why this means even more," unquote. Jokic also contributed 16 rebounds, with Michael Porter Jr. added 16 points and 13 rebounds as the Denver Nuggets ground out to decisive victory in Game 5. The Nuggets never lost more than twice in any of their playoff series, ending their match towards a historic success with 10 victories in their last 11 postseason games. Denver Nuggets trailed 71-70 at the start of the fourth quarter and 89-88 with just under 2 minutes remaining. But the hosts would not be denied after they hit the front with a Bruce Brown layup. From Miami, Jimmy Butler scored 21 points and Bam Adebayo 20, but they were unable to keep their hopes of an unlikely comeback alive. Only one of the 36 teams to have previously fallen 3-1 behind in an NBA final, the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016, had managed to come back to win the championship. Well, that's the sports news for the time being. control of illicit drug trafficking is the topic of a week-long course for local and regional police officers at the Police Academy in Port of Spain. We get more in this Terry and Brown Campbell report.
25 local and regional female police officers are undergoing enhanced training to control illicit drug trafficking. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines says with the recent rise of gun violence across the Caribbean, the course is a timely one.
The transnational nature of crime, its impact on all of us in the region means that when one of us, and most of all, when all of us become stronger, as will happen in this training program, we are all better off as a region and world.
French Customs is providing the trainers for the course.
Transnational organized crime is one of the major threats to human security, even to our democracies, as it impedes the social, economic, political and cultural development of our societies and societies worldwide.
The Canadian government is funding the course through its Interagency Drug Abuse Control Commission of the Organization of American States. The training is taking place at the Police Academy in Port of Spain from June 12th to 16th.
A Safe School Recognition program was rolled out in Barbados on Monday. The 3-day exercise, organized by the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training and the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, SEDEMA, is aimed at making schools in Barbados safer. We get more in this report.
An effort is being made to improve the environment at schools across Barbados, making it safer for students. The program is part of a Caribbean-wide Safe Schools initiative and has the support of the Government of Norway, the Caribbean Development Bank, and UNICEF.
What we are looking to do is to encourage schools to have school safety at the forefront. And so one of the things we'll be looking at, for example, is doing schools carrying out the drills, for example. We will also be doing things like looking at the assessment of the physical building. All of those will form part of a holistic program that we are looking at in terms of school safety throughout the region.
The education official says more than 500 persons from the industry have already been trained, and it will not be a one-off exercise.
Absolutely. We're looking at a multi-hazard environment, not just hurricanes. As you know, earthquakes, tsunamis, you name it. We are not only focused on hurricanes. So throughout the year, schools are encouraged on a termly basis, for example, to at least carry out at least 2 drills per term. It can be a fire, it can be an earthquake, it can be tsunami, it can be a lockdown. So there are varying, and as you know, we live in a multi-hazard environment, and so we don't only focus on hurricanes.
And Deputy Chief Education Officer Joy Adamson says principals from across the school spectrum will be trained.
On Thursday and Friday, we actually train assessors. We have safety officers. We have currently 7 safety officers in our schools, and we have persons from the Health and Safety Committee from the schools. They'll be coming in to be assessors, so training as assessors, so that they can go out to the schools and tell the schools, okay, this is missing, this, we commend you on this, so that across the board they'll be able to tell persons what it is that we're looking for a safe school.
The Safe Schools program is to provide principals, teachers, and auxiliary staff with the skills required to put together a school's safety program.
Further afield, a body was recovered from a fallen overpass on Interstate 95 in Philadelphia. As crews removed concrete debris from the site of a fiery weekend highway collapse that closed a stretch of one of the busiest traffic corridors along the U.S. East Coast. More in this report.
The body was found when excavation teams worked to clear rubble from the site and was sent to the medical examiner for identification. It was unclear who the body belonged to. Local ABC affiliate WPVI reported the truck's driver, Nathan Moody, had been unaccounted for in the immediate aftermath of the accident. An eyewitness video also showed a tanker truck being hauled from an overpass of I-95. The partial collapse of one of the main highways along the U.S. East Coast caused headaches for Monday commuters in Philadelphia, with bumper-to-bumper traffic spotted during morning rush hour. Delivery companies UPS and FedEx also said they were making adjustments. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg said the federal government is working with the state on recovery work.
The entire region affected by this will have the full support of the United States Department of Transportation for as long as it takes to get that restored to normal.
Officials said it will take several months to rebuild the segment of I-95, but they are working to expedite the process. A disaster declaration was issued on Monday, freeing up federal funds for the repairs.
We'll be back after this to remind you of the headlines. This is the Grenada Broadcasting Network. A reminder of the headlines. Mixed reaction from the general public on the release of CPEA results and the placement of students. Government opts to keep silent on Canada's decision to continue visa requirement for Grenada. Dominica and Grenada to stage recycle OECS model demonstration projects. Grenada's legal fraternity pays tributes to former High Court Judge Justice Claire Henry. Also in the broadcast regionally, regional training course on the control of illicit drug trafficking taking place in Port of Spain, Trinidad. Internationally, body found in U.S. Interstate 95 highway collapse rubble. Plus in the sports news, Kirani James's coach, Avi Glanz, dies at the age of 66. Our condolences to his family, relatives, and friends. Thank you, sir. All right, if you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of which will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight, continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom for now. Good night.